Good morning, good evening, namaste, hola, bonjour, and mahraban. This is Namya Joshi, your host for the day. Welcome to episode 31 of the podcast Each One Teach 10, an amazing world of STEM, an inspiring venture where we'll be discussing that STEM is part of every day for every kid. We all will learn together how to build a STEM culture. So for today, my guest is Miss Sara Abou Afach, Palestinian from Lebanon, Ph.D. in education, specialized in curriculum computational thinking in education. She's also a Microsoft certified trainer, Minecraft Global Mentor, MIEE, MIE Fellow. So how are you doing today, Miss Sara?
Hello, good morning, good evening. I'm very good. It's good to be with you today.
Thank you so much. So, our audience watching us right now are eagerly waiting to know more about you. So, could you tell us about yourself?
Yeah, sure. First, I'm happy to be with you on the show. This is amazing to be on the episode number 31. Amazing job, Namya. Uh, I'll start with introducing myself. I am Sara Abou Afach from Lebanon. I'm Palestinian, originally Palestinian. And as you have mentioned, I have a passion in education and I have pursued my PhD and just finished it in 2020, which was perfect. um, I love teaching. I love to know how to learn and to influence the students, educators, anybody around me. So to start with, or the star or the bulb lit up when I was in educational exchange in Paris 2019. And Anthony Salcito said that educators are change makers, and that made it all clear to me that exactly this is what I want in life. I've been doing everything and I have been chasing my dream just to understand it or to simplify it in one word, which is change a human life, a change maker. So I like to actually influence people around me in how to be better in the way they are, as long as this is what they want. And I love future skilling, and this is something that I've been interested in for a while now. In brief, I have PhD in education. I always improve myself, which is why I'm Microsoft certified trainer. And definitely, I love the audience or the students, whoever they are. I love to have input or to teach them something throughout.
And that's why I'm so honored to have you on my podcast, Miss Sarah, because from everything that you say, there's always something to learn. And like you talked about change maker, so that just reminded me of one of the sayings, and that says that nobody is a born change maker. It's when we all see some problems and we have the urge to be part of the solution, and that's what makes us all change makers. So that's a really good insight that we just got from you right now. So let's start with a few questions that I have for you. And I've seen that you've done a deep dive into the flipped grid classrooms, and you also discovered that once flipped class was up and running, and it assisted you in engaging students. So can you tell us about that experience of yours?
Classroom was something that firstly when I got into education and technology caught my attention, and I believed in it so much back then in time, and in around 2012 2014, something around that time. But actually it all cleared up when the pandemic hits and we needed some different ways to reach all the students all the time. Flipped classroom was the cherry on the top to be able to reach all the students, whichever their situation is back in time, whether it was something financial, something economic, something health related issues, or personal issues. So flipped classroom was actually the solution for so many problems that we have been all dealing with in the past 2 years. having the ability to be able to give the student or whoever want to learn the ability to learn on their own time. This is one. The ability to repeat as much as they need, because we don't learn the same way. So for example, if I need like 10 hours to understand something and make relation with that something, and to be able to understand it deep inside, for example, it might take for you 2 hours because you were exposed to this knowledge previously, or you were able to link it in a way or another. So each one of us learn in a different way. So flipped classroom gave the students the ability to be able to take their time and to show that each one of us learn in a different way, and this is acceptable, and this is what we actually need to do or to address. We do not learn at the same time. This is why we are all talented in a different way. For example, you are talented and you were able to run the show for 31 episodes so far, and hopefully so many thousand episodes if this is what you want to. And other people were able to, for example, write different blogs or influence people in a different way. So flipped classroom gave the students the ability to understand knowledge. And this is another good value about classroom, is that knowledge is accessible. All you need to do is actually have the will. If you have the will to learn something, you will be able to find it. You will be able to dedicate time, energy, and effort in reaching to that knowledge that you want. So flipped classroom, whatever the medium that you want to use. I am definitely someone who's technology oriented, and see that technology can help us in so many ways. But flipped classroom can start with a basic recording with a camera and a paper, pencil, whiteboard, whichever tool you have, up until the maximum advanced technology. So yeah, basically we were able in the educational sector, we were able to see so many advantages that related everything together in the pandemic, and we were able to see that yes, we need to do something about education. This is something that need to be advanced at the same pace the student are expecting us to do.
That's so great to know. And that's well said, because even I believe that flipped classroom always help and allow students to learn at their own pace and stay actively engaged. Because, like you said, everybody learns differently, and that isn't a minus point, it's actually a plus point, because we are all made in a different way, and we are all actually. The way we are is a plus point for us, because that's a beautiful quality of us to be different than the other people. And in this way, like you said, using flipped classrooms, they'll have a way to learn in their own way, and they don't have to cram what the teacher is trying to say every time. So that's really good information that you shared with us right now. And talking about, I also had seen a few, you had a STEM lesson classroom in Minecraft, and I thought it was really great. And because I was really interested in the way you had described in depth how students should be aware about the SDGs, while also working together to provide solutions using STEM learning. So I also want you to share that with our listeners as well, because I think that would be amazing.
Yeah, sure. I mean, Minecraft is something that if you are an educator in a classroom and you want to engage students, at the same time, you want to teach them that they can teach them whatever you want in a very fun, interactive, engaging way. Use Minecraft. So basically, the Minecraft lesson is one of the things that I have implemented actually inside my classroom. We were a group of 20 students per section, and we have created this challenge to learn so many things. So the aim of the lesson is actually to show that things are interrelated in life. So, for example, although we are playing a game and building a school in the future, but we are learning math, we are learning finance, we are learning how to build, create, plan. It's so many things in one lesson. So the lesson, as you have mentioned, it was related to a sustainability, which is SDG goal. This is another thing that make us all in the whole world, from wherever background we come from, united. We can do our job and leave everything else to. So we do our duty and we leave the rest that will fall apart, will fall into their places for someone else's. So what we have started, or the lesson tackled, is how you expect the school, which is the community that we were having the class in, how would it look like in the future, taking into account the sustainability goals. And the sustainability goals, which means that students were able to gather around, collaborate, plan, as I have mentioned. So what is the best solution? Because during their planning or during their building, they have to choose the material that they are building, and they need to prove why did they choose, for example, glass instead of concrete, and why did they use this material instead of that, the reasoning behind everything. So this also teaches the students that, okay, whatever reason you are or whatever decision you are taking, which is completely fine as long as you have a proof for that reason. So it did not only teach them that there is a space they need to take into account, they need to make the most out of the space. They were architecture in that session. They were planners, managers, project managers. They were everything together. And seeing a student were able to work together, each one making the best of their talents. For example, one of them were talented in drawing, so they asked them to draw, and the other one was talented in something else. They collaborated, they interacted, changed. It was amazing chemistry between the students all together. So this was something that came after. So I wrote this lesson and posted on Minecraft website after actually implementing it in class. So we were able to see the outcome. We were able to see what works with my student and what didn't work with my students. Because again, as I have mentioned, each class in each class you need to modify something, because what fits this certain group of people wouldn't actually need to fit the other group of people. So which is amazing, the teacher in the classroom where is able to change something in that inside the classroom to reach all the students, and based on their background, is expectation and their own understanding and their experience. So yeah, I have this is one of the examples that I like to have shared with the world, and I did. I was proud to do that. And as I have so many other inspiring lessons, as an educator back then, I needed some ideas, and I was able to see what works in different classes and use it in my classroom. So it's a community, even within our us as educators.
That's tremendous. I actually am so amazed hearing to you right now. And like you were talking about earlier, I actually believe in this, that Minecraft is a tool that is all in one, because you can learn so many values from it. You can enjoy while playing, and there, I think, so many subjects and also life skills that can be covered while using the Minecraft tools. And I love the lesson that you just shared right now about futures of the school. And I think it is able to develop 4 C's in the students, because they gain curiosity, they have critical thinking, creativity, they collaborate, communicate, and that's how they become better thinkers. And then that makes us change makers too. So that's so lovely to hear.
Actually, I would like to add something onto that. The 4 C's is something that is related to future skills, which is actually what we need to focus on in each and every lesson that we are teaching, in each opportunity that we have to target our youth or even us as educators. So future skills. We are living actually in a time that the future is so changing in a very fast pace, and we need to be able to adapt into different situations, having the critical thinking, the communication skills, the collaboration, all of the foresees skills will be able to enable us to adapt to the change that is, and to be able to cope with whatever things that we need to face in the future that we don't know what is actually in.
Right, I very much agree with that because I've also been hearing a lot and do believe in it that the students must be taught the skills like below the age of 18, because I think that's when we all learn a lot, and those skills always go ahead with that like entirely in our life. So that's why people are stressing upon learning art, learning singing, dancing, coding, especially. So that's why people are learning so many skills right now. But what is going to help you is the skills that we require for the future, and which are 21st century skills. And that's so lovely to hear that you share that with us as well, Miss Sarah. So I have another question, that as you've been into technology in education with remote learning, so how was technology able to fill the gap for special needs students?
Exactly. This is something that is also relates to what we have mentioned earlier. We need to be able to cope and reach all our students. And technology is the tool actually we were able to use during the pandemic, and we can always use. But I'm focusing on the pandemic because we as educators, we were not able to see all the facial expressions and be able to physically be in the same place as our student. So all these technologies that are available, such as immersive reader, which helps the student to read, to learn a new language, to pronounce and to read, is actually amazing. Again, going back to the basics, we all need to learn in a different way because we do have a different learning styles. This is one, and those tools, as I have mentioned, are catered to reach all students. Some people are able to use technology to enhance their communication skills and presentation skills. Some students were able to actually use read aloud to be able to, for example, help them learn a language or learn how to pronounce a certain word. Some other students were able to reach or use these tools to help them identify the structure or sentence structure in that. So, with the help of the technology, and not to overwhelm the students with so many different technologies and tools, so whichever you need to actually focus on, you can find a tool that best suits you, and those are always being changed and modified according to the AI. So based on the input that we give to this machine, it is being updated and it's being able to suit our differences in many ways. Another example for that is that the well-being and taking care of each other during, even if we work in an office or working in a school, having to check on the people around you, which is empathy, teaching empathy for the students. For example, if a teacher is giving this, how do you feel today? The student will definitely feel like this teacher is not only here to teach us, for example, math or sciences or whatever subject that she's teaching or he's teaching, but also she cares about us as a human being. We are human, we do have feelings, and she's appreciating, the teacher is appreciating our feelings and how we are as a context of a human beings. So when the student feels that they matters, no matter what their performance is and whatever they are able to accomplish in this class, they are definitely having this kind of relief that yes, I do matter and I can give more into that. So we all know we have passed through high and lows, and through our lows we needed someone to take care of us, or we needed some time to manage our emotions to get into the back to the normals. So during this phase, we are vulnerable, and having somebody telling you, yeah, if you need my help, I am here for you, with only stickers, for example, with only a poll that is created online and created through the communication platforms such as Teams or any other platform that the school is using. All these helped us reaching all. And this doesn't mean that by the end of the pandemic and helpful and luckily that we can see so many different countries are able to go back to face teaching and learning. We can always use this and implement it whether we are face to face or online. So special educators can use technology to be able to manage and cope into their differences and their gifts. They are gifted in so many ways, and technology is able to suit their gifts based on different criteria, taking that into account. And empathy, which is something which is social emotional learning. So if we take care of our social and emotional, we are able and ready to learn even more than having like the material or subject or the content that we are going to give.
I mean, that's so beautifully spoken by you. And I had been hearing it earlier that all over the news it was there that children with special education needs will be forgotten during pandemic. There will be nobody taking care of them. But when we have such caring educators like you who want to work for them and also be able to provide them the same treatment like normal students are getting in the remote learning, I mean, what best could be done for them. So that's so lovely to hear that you're using tools for them, like read aloud. You talked about that, and also I think empathy is the main thing that we need in the world, because if we all can live in harmony and have empathy with each other, then we all can reach the level of becoming better human beings. So that was so beautifully spoken by you. I was just like mesmerized.
Thank you, thank you. You're amazing. So what I want to add on that is that we are not all expert in the domain, and all we need to do is actually reach out to whoever knows better or who are specialized into this, whether it was a colleague, whether it was a student. We always learn from people around us. So if someone of us or somebody of us is know something, we can share it with the others. Reaching out to learn more is something that is underappreciated, and I want to just applause for those who ask for help, because they are aware they need like guidance in a way or another, and that can be given to them, which again, which as you said, will make the word even better if we share our knowledge. And basically going back to your title, one teach 10. So if any one of us is able to teach 10, which is amazing, and if I need a help, for example, from Namya, I can knock her door and ask for that kind of support, and definitely I can get the answer that I want to. So always working to improve ourselves, our skills is always going to benefit us and the ones around us.
Right. And also coming to another thing about educators, uh, according to you, what do you think that educators can play a role to have a better future, and how could that happen according to you?
So the future is a very big thing. And as we mentioned before, it's something that we don't vague. It's a vague thing. So we do not know exactly how the future looks like, or even how it might look like a couple of years from now. So educators are the change makers. Again, I will highlight and put like 100 lines under that word. They are the change makers. If they can inspire their students, if they can inspire their colleagues, this would be amazing. We all need that kind of inspiration, and if you have like an idea and sharing this idea to others, eventually it will make difference. All everything starts with an idea, and everything starts with a plan and vision and motivation to do that idea. So basically, what I ask the educators to do, as I ask myself to do, is to actually work on our skills, get as many talented as skills as we can. If certification is your way, then go ahead and get certified in whatever that interests you and in whatever that makes you feel happy, because this will always reflect good to your to the domain, or to the people around you, to yourself firstly, and to the people around you. So make a change with whichever the change is, and as small as the change is, just make sure that you are the star, or you can influence somebody with anything that you can. If you cannot even be that person, just support the people who are trying to do the change around you.
Right, and I agree to the fact that teachers and educators can inspire students to strive for greatness. And I think the purpose of being a human being is just to inspire the people, help them out when they need, and that's what you need in your life to be a successful and happy human being.
I totally agree. Inspiring people around you is the key for a better future. That we don't know what is it actually.
Right. So I have a fun question for you. You've been using Minecraft, so till now, do you have any favorite mob or character in Minecraft that you just simply adore?
Actually, I do not have a favorite, because with each project that we work with our students, we get something that attracts us, which is something that blow our minds up, change the way we think about the game. So it's not like something that is static, and I like something and I like to stick to it. The changes actually and the openness of this game is actually what I like the most about it. So being able to see the variety of things, and as long as and as much as time you put into the game, and to spend with the students, and creating different challenges, creating different lessons inside the Minecraft, it always makes you wonder that what can I do next, and where is next going to be, and how I can benefit from this platform to again to teach in a very integrative approach to my students. So briefly, with each and every unit we're tackling, there's something actually interesting about Minecraft, and will always interest me so far.
And I would be on the same path because Minecraft fascinates me every time. Because whenever I open it, there's always like something that I can explore new in it. Especially what I love are the lesson plans and the new worlds that keep on coming up because they just give you a lot of motivation. Especially like we have been having lots of worlds and climate changes coming up. In the new world section, and they also give us a lot of motivation, like to have proper agricultural farming and how we could change the way of farming and why not use pesticides and change it to using some other way. So there's always something to learn from the lessons that are provided.
I cannot agree more actually on what you have mentioned. There is always something new, and this is actually what keeps us interested in. And this is why the game, or whenever we open up, we can find a new ideas to implement and to use in different grade levels, with different students, with different goals, with different subject matters. So as I use it in to show that things are in our life in it comes in integrative way. Subject teachers, for example, sciences, math, or language teacher, are able to use it as well as STEM teachers are using it.
Right. So I think our audience watching us right now would love to know the way they can find you online to connect with you.
Actually, I am. Almost everywhere. I like to be reached out and communicate with people on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and definitely, if you would like to know more about my personal life, Instagram is the platform to go to. As for any kind of activities that I do professionally, LinkedIn and Twitter is the key platforms.
And I would share them in the description box where you all can check it out. So before we sign off, Miss Sarah, we would love to have a message from you for the audience.
Okay, so my message is going to be divided into two parts. The first one is for youth. Please do whatever interests you and pursue whatever that takes your heart out. Start as small as you want to. Do not be afraid. Everybody's around is going to help you. Just start with the basic steps and have this as your goal. So even if you believe that you cannot do it, I believe that you can do it, and you can find the support that you need to do it throughout all the people around you, whether people you know or whether people you will know in the future. So this is part one. So each one of us will learn in a different way. Having your own passion is going to be the most influential teaching tool for you. As for my second part, which is for educators, I would always like to surround myself with people who are passionate about improving. And this is something that is amazingly motivational. So I have so many friends around the world that motivates me to become a better person and to be able to discuss ideas and thoughts and to be able to do different things in my professional life. So a part of the most important part is to find someone that motivates you and to bring ideas together, whether by discussing or whether by reading and seeing and being open to implementing new ideas. So either be the change maker or either be the light, be the influence, and always start with yourself. Take care of yourself, mental health, and definitely your professional life. Always improve your skills, because this is actually what will inspire the students or whoever you want to inspire the most, by actually taking actions. Having yourself like somebody who like to try things will definitely influence people around you to try different things and see how things are progressing. It's always a learning track, whether we like or we succeed in this track, or we the other way is always success. So we either ways is going to end us to a better place, whether we think that it failed us or we failed in that domain. It's only a learning route that we have learned so many things from that. So this is basically it. I'd like to say that the most important thing in life is to be surrounded by like-minded people. If you cannot be that person, try to surround yourself, try to read, try to be around those people who are motivated, who can bring things to your mind that fascinates you, and basically uh, love what you do.
Thank you so much. And that was such an encouraging message. And that's what I would like to say, that youth and educators together can change the world. And I do agree with that point, that we all must be surrounded by like minded people so that we can get inspiration from them and at the same time give inspiration to them. And also, if before ending, I would like to say that reminded me of this quote about what exactly we're talking about today, that education is not just preparation for life, education is life itself. And that's what I've been believing in since a long time. So I'd like to say thank you so much, Miss Sarah, for giving your precious time to us and coming here, sharing your thoughts. It was such a wonderful opportunity to speak to you today.
Thank you so much. Wishing you the best. Maybe it's evening time at your place. So, wishing you
Right.
a happy evening, or if it's morning time, wishing you a very good day.
Thank you so much. And thank everyone for joining us today. I'll see you in the next episode. Till then, each one, teach 10. Have a nice day.